Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. So, today it's another episode of the special marketing live show broadcasted on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and also Amazon Live. Oh my God. I already have a short video. Welcome, everybody. So, today we're going to talk about short videos and how we can make a big impact with them. I'm gonna ask if I need to dance to go to TikTok because, and this is something that I'm afraid because I have dancing skills, amazing dancing skills. So I don't know if it's a big idea because I may float. I get, I don't know, maybe 1 million followers just at within 1 week, but I'm afraid of that. But we will have to, Angela, in a couple of minutes, and not even minutes, because she's waiting in the basement. I left there a cookie, a glass of water. I don't know if I have. I think they canceled me Netflix because I was not paying. I'm trying to bring Amazon Prime to my basement, maybe in the future. So let us know if you have any questions, please. Don't be shy. This will be a really nice show because we are talking about a hot topic, and also Angela has amazing insights to share with us. So don't be shy. Let's see if Angela is ready to step up the ladder and join us in the main room. Hello, Angela.
Hello.
How was the cookie?
Very good.
Okay, first of all, thank you so much for joining me. It's a pleasure. This is a hot topic, I think, these short form videos. And for me, it's a little bit crazy because I think we already talked about this because I'm a long form video guy. So thank you so much. I will ask you first for you to introduce yourself and then we can go to the conversation. Is that okay?
Yeah. Yep. So I'm Angela. I am the owner of Angela Myers Creative, which is a digital marketing agency specializing in social media, email marketing, and copywriting. Along with that, I also have built up a brand around books, which is why I have all these books behind me, on TikTok and Instagram and Pinterest primarily. And most of that was done using short form video. Marco, if you have great dancing skills, that always works great on TikTok. But I actually can't dance, and I've still been able to build up a decent audience about dancing. So,
Well, that's. I think you gave me another reason not to dance on my videos because you may be jealous. Well, I'm gonna rehearse a little bit more about dancing, and I think this could be a nice way to introduce the topic. And when we talk about short form videos, and by the way, we have Ryan, we have Tommy. Thank you so much for joining. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comments. Don't be shy. One of the, I think this is one of the misunderstandings about these short form videos is that we need to dance. There's this need of being, I don't know, a little bit joking or over entertaining. Is it true?
I think the dancing thing is definitely not true. There's tons of content creators who are successful out there that don't dance. I think when it comes to short form video content, you either want to have content that is super entertaining because you have a shorter time to catch people's attention, and the attention span on TikTok is I think I saw somewhere like people decide if in 2 to 3 seconds if they're going to watch your full video or not, so you have to like get them right away. And the best way to do that is to either be entertaining or to be educational and share a idea or thought that they hadn't thought of before. So something that just really stands out.
Yeah, and I think this is the way we can go through the conversation because for some people, okay, it's only 20 seconds, 15 seconds, 10 seconds. It's no problem at all. And for me, this, okay, how can I do this in just 20 seconds? I think this is this is, for me, this is hard to balance, because when I have, like, for instance, I do live shows lasting 45 minutes. It's a short live for me, because usually I go around, when I'm doing by myself, like in the song, I go over 2 hours. Okay. And for me, it's frightening to think about just 20 seconds or less. Which advices? Okay, we are talking. Let's pretend we are at the coffee table, and I'm here um, telling you my 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 fears. Which advices do you have, Angela, for people that this only 20 seconds it's too short?
Yeah, so I think the obvious advice would be to cut down whatever you're saying. But I think in a lot of ways you can think of it as it's almost the 20 seconds is almost a quote, or just like a really interesting tidbit that's going to get people more interested in learning about your brand. So I know for me, when I'm looking at what's going to make good content, I think about either like one line things that I've written in my journal or really random thoughts that popped up in my head. And so, like, I remember one of my first viral videos was just the idea of how long it can take to wait for books and going out to the mailbox to check to see if like your Amazon order of books has come in yet or not.
I know.
And so
I know
thoughts
that
like
feeling.
that thoughts like that do really well. If you think of just if you just had like one piece of advice to say to someone in an elevator about your industry, what would that one piece of advice be? Or what's something that's kind of funny that other people in your industry or target audience can relate to?
Perfect, perfect. And for me, I was seeing that thing about waiting for the, because and the human being, it's a crazy animal, because for instance, I have, I don't know how many hundreds of books I have, but at the moment I hit that order bot button, I'm waiting like crazy, like I go. And the
Yeah.
thing is, I'm in the other side of the ocean, so it takes a little bit longer. So they arrive. I have so many books to read, but I'm crazy waiting for that book to arrive. That's how it is. And talking about the other side of the ocean, let me share with you that we have people in Brazil watching us, and also in the United States, of course. And we have some questions. Tommy took the lead to put some questions. And so one of the things is commenting, and for me, really properly, it seems like with the short form videos that you get right to the point. And I think this is something that, and the thing is, we have to deliver a message. We have to entertain somehow our audience, but we need to go right to the point. Your thoughts on this, and recommendations?
Yeah, so the first thing I always do when I'm advising clients about how to grow on TikTok or how to successfully do short form videos on Instagram or Pinterest is to get rid of any sort of, hi, my name is. I think a lot of times on YouTube, you start a video of, hi, I'm so and I do this, or you start with like some funny lead in. And you really don't want any of that stuff. You don't want to bury the lead of what you're saying. You just want to get to whatever the point is. For myself personally, and advice I give clients is if I'm not exactly sure if I have too many thoughts in my head, I'll just set up the camera and I'll film myself saying like all the thoughts, and it'll be like a 60-minute long video. And then somewhere along the way, at one line, I'll be like, oh, that line is more interesting than everything else I just said. Like it catches my attention more. And so that's the line that I'm doing. It's very similar if you're an author or an entrepreneur. You oftentimes have to pitch your ideas to different audiences in a really short, succinct way. So this is similar to that, except instead of pitching your service or who you are, you're just pitching some idea or some like funny thought that's going to draw people into your personal brand.
That's a good point. That's a good point, because I think we communicate, we engage, and we connect easier if we share thoughts, and with that we will build that trust, that confidence, that connection as well. That oh my god, proximity. It's the right. I think proximity could be the right word, because there's this thing that someone said, I can't quote properly because I don't know who said this, but we don't buy for those who have the best product, the best price. We buy for to people that we like. And
Mhm.
I think this could be a nice way to build this likelihood or livelihood as well on TikTok. Do you have that feeling that you get customers and your customers get customers because they don't go in that salesy approach, but instead they go in a creating useful insights, of course, because it's about it, because people to trust us, they should understand it's not just because we do funny things that will buy. Oh, if we are comedians, I think this may work. Yes, but do you have some examples to share about how you and your customers they are getting customers with this approach, not most about ideas and not about selling?
Yeah, so I think the first thing I would say there is that you're definitely in a space like TikTok or Reels where it's really overcrowded with people. If you're trying to directly sell, one, your video is reaching people who probably have no idea who you are, and two, people just don't really want to be sold anymore nowadays, especially like direct sells. We're very fatigued with that in society. So your videos probably won't get a lot of views and you won't even get any traction if you're trying to just sell whatever you're selling right away to people. It'd be the same thing as if in real life you wouldn't just walk up to someone at a networking event and just instantly be like, I sell X, Y, and Z. Do you want to buy one? You would most likely have a conversation leading up to it. And from that point on, once you have that in your mind and you're just delivering value that will draw people in, with myself and my clients, I'm not sure I've ever actually seen someone get a sale per se from like TikTok. I have more from Instagram, but the thing about short form videos is they're not necessarily for selling. They're more almost like the handshake that gets people into the door. So I've seen clients who have had increased website traffic going up from like 100,000 to 200,000 monthly views because of these short form videos on Instagram, Pinterest, and TikTok. Um, for both accounts that I manage as a social media manager and for my own account, I've had people comment like, "Oh, I saw you in a video," or "I saw like the client in a video, so I decided to check out what you were offering." So that's it's more like it's the handshake, but then it does lead to tangible, real results down the line because it's getting you foot traffic on the internet that you otherwise wouldn't have.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we have Tommy. So interventive. And hello, Arnaldo from Brazil. It would, and Tommy, he's saying it would seem that short videos will be much easier to distribute.
Yeah, I think that they're very easy to distribute. They're very easy to edit. I think a lot of my clients get really hung up on the fact that they don't have a recording studio in their house, and you really don't need that. You just need good lighting, probably a tripod so you're not holding it your camera and it's shaky, and then you just really need like your phone to record on. So people with the short form videos compared to long form videos don't care as much about the quality. Obviously, it's still good to have like not a lot of background noise or good lighting, but they don't need it to look like it came out of Hollywood. They want to interact with an authentic person. And so authenticity really matters in this format. And then once you have a video edited, you can distribute it across a lot of channels. So one video that I make would be distributed across TikTok, Instagram, Pinterest, and YouTube. And I think Instagram also distributes it on Facebook, but I'm not sure how many people are watching Reels on Facebook. So it's a lot, you get to reach a lot of audiences and you can put it on a lot of platforms for very little amount of work when compared to like long form video content.
Well, the thing is, Angela, I don't know about you, but lately I'm getting mm, lots of reels on Facebook. So I don't know the way it this works. But the thing is, if Facebook is showing them a scenario A, Facebook is about to put some coins on this. B is that people, I don't know if there's people asking for reels on Facebook, but I think this is a truly sign that Facebook it's going into reels as well.
Yeah. So Facebook's interesting because the way, at least that I've noticed, that you can upload reels to Facebook is when you upload it on Instagram, it'll ask you, do you also want to share this on Facebook? I've never actually uploaded a reel natively on Facebook, but in my opinion, it just makes it easier because then it's on Instagram and Facebook with just one click.
Perfect, perfect. And Ryan went to from Amazon to LinkedIn, and this is a nice question from Ryan. Thank you so much. How well does short form videos work on LinkedIn?
To my knowledge, they don't have anything like Reels or TikTok or YouTube Shorts where it's a native product
Yes.
almost to create short form videos. I've seen some
Uh,
people share short form videos on LinkedIn, um, which I think will be interesting to see how that works moving forward. But I think that's kind of an untapped area. I think there's potential there, but I haven't seen a lot of like it's not something that LinkedIn's rolling out.
Absolutely. And the thing is, they had before for I don't know if it lasted 1 year, but the stories they remove it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, Angela, I've seen people repurposing TikTok
That's
videos
mhm.
on LinkedIn.
Yeah, I've seen it too. I don't know how well those do. I haven't done that yet with any of my clients. Usually I try to just keep it on other platforms like where it's more native. But I have seen that, so I'm very interested to see. But you would just have to upload it as like a normal standard LinkedIn video.
Yeah, even the way the orientation, it's
It doesn't
uh,
look good.
portrait, not
Yeah.
landscape. Who knows? It could be. We are asking people. LinkedIn short video, and Tommy is asking, are they mostly? And this is a nice question because we always, as business owners, as business minds, we may have this dilemma. How can I approach to TikTok? Because again, dancing is not my thing. Doing that, ooh, la la la, or those, because we see creative people most in a personal approach, doing those nice voice over videos, these doubled videos, and these kind of things. But when I think about my business, I'm a little bit afraid of getting that tone because I may get misunderstood and oh, people will think that I'm a joker. They won't see me as a professional. So, is this only for how-to videos? And of course, you can share how the how-to videos work and also other kind of approaches that we can use with these short form videos.
Yeah, so I definitely think, especially nowadays, people are definitely changing their perception of short form videos and that it is still professional. One of my biggest clients, I think also a lot of people, a misconception is that's only for young people, but I think almost everyone nowadays is watching videos, whether on TikTok or Facebook. One of my clients, his brand's around how to age naturally, and even those videos are doing well. It's just him sitting in front of like usually nature, and like he has a stethoscope on because he's a doctor, and he just gives advice about how to age naturally, and even that is doing really well. And I think if aging videos are doing well, that there's probably an audience for anything, and you can reach any demographic with this sort of content. When it comes to if you want to make professional videos, I think kind of those like water cooler facts that you know as a professional in your industry can be a really great thing. So something that you could use, maybe that you would use on your website to catch someone's attention about your industry. How-to videos, like you mentioned, are really great. And then one of my personal favorites is like thought reversals. So whenever you can take some commonly held belief or thought and show why that's wrong and a different way of approaching it. I think that those sorts of videos do really well, and they usually have a pretty good hook, which can hook an audience in a short amount of time.
Perfect, perfect. I think it's nice. And Ryan is asking, can you talk about? Okay, you already. If you want to go deeper, you can do because can you talk about short form video? Okay, let me. I think I can put this in the screen. Can you talk about short form video on Instagram and TikTok for traditional business people? Does it work? I think it
Yeah.
does.
I think it definitely works. Again, it increases your brand awareness. I've seen it both like there's even corporate talk where people just talk about their 9 to 5 jobs. So if you mean traditional in that sense, but if you mean more traditional, like a brick and mortar store, like a more traditional business owner, I think it can definitely work. I've worked with even local nonprofits or like local doctors' offices on creating content to help get more traffic online, which will then route it back to their website. The only difficulty you might have in that scenario, especially on TikTok, is you can't really control where in the world people are seeing your content. So there's not really like a local SEO function. So if you were really looking for just localized content, it might not be the best route, but I still think it would be a quite a good route just because you would be getting that hype on the internet and getting people looking at your brand who might otherwise not find your brand.
Perfect, perfect. And this is really important. And Ryan, let me. I didn't ask Ryan to make this question. Okay, it was Ryan by itself. And the thing is, Ryan, it's also an Amazon creator. So I think this is. Let me say this. Do you know that kind of person that approaches you? Oh well, Angela, I have this question. It's for a friend, but in fact, it's for himself. That's the
Yeah.
case. Ryan is asking this for him, but he's shy, so he was saying that it's for me. Okay, but okay, let me do this. It applies to both. Okay, what types of videos should Marco slash Ryan make for TikTok based upon his or Howard Amazon sales business?
Yeah, so the first thing I'd like to know is, are you selling just products on an Amazon storefront, or how does your Amazon sales business work?
Okay, so let me share this. Both Ryan and I, we do live shows. Okay. I was right. That's exactly asking for a friend. Okay, so the thing is, we have this Amazon create. I think I'm gonna tell the whole story, so maybe you will get a better context about this. We have this Amazon creator work, job, business, whatever. Okay, we have two main ways to monetize our content. A, it's within Amazon. It's Amazon paying us, and the B is brands approaching to us, willing for us to work with them. Okay. The thing is, with TikTok, I think, or these short form videos, how we can make, how we need to use them. A, bringing people to our Amazon platform, okay, like generating traffic, people, viewers to view our shows and then ultimately buying. And B, with these brand corporations, collaborations, using, for instance, demoing products or showcasing whatever, and then with affiliate making some money. I think it's the main thing.
Yeah. So I would probably go about making 2 types of videos for that. The first type would be videos that are really about the lead of why people are watching your videos on Amazon. So, for example, for this video, it's all about how to create short form content. So I'd probably make TikToks around how to improve your short form content or like how to implement short form content into your marketing strategy, and maybe even make like a joke about how you don't have to dance or something like that to really like liven it up and try especially different styles if I was starting out to see what resonates. And then when it comes to the products, I would probably be creating videos about, so I see Ryan just said about remote
Yeah,
work
yeah,
products.
that's a nice question. That's if you don't mind,
Yeah.
can I introduce the
Yeah.
top the because and this is a really nice situation because one of the good ways for us as creators to be found on brands radars is
Mhm.
finding them on social media, like, and mostly those TikTok and Instagram. And so yes, for me it will I would like to use Instagram and TikTok to reach brands that want to do collaborations around remote work products. And I don't think this is the type of product. It's not the main thing about this is how we can kind of shine and say we are a good fit to work with you.
Yeah, so I think from that standpoint, short form video content, one, can really help you stand out. I also work as a content creator, and I've never reached out to a brand. I think I reached out to maybe like one brand once, but I've always had people come to me, and it's almost always because they've seen one of my TikToks and they liked what I was doing, and they can envision their product in a similar TikTok or in my YouTube videos. So I think just authentically talking about the remote work products that you like, and I might even start by doing research on like the remote work niche on TikTok. So there's a lot of people talking about how much they'd love to like work remotely or what work from home is like. So I would probably approach it, but one, first research. Two, think about, how do I use these products in my life? And how can I show short snippets of that to my audience on Instagram and TikTok? So maybe it's like 5 things that can make work from home easier, or like even just showing a day in your life and you just happen to show the like remote, like standing desk that you use every single day. So then you link to the standing desk in the comments, or you tell people you can like go to my Amazon account to find more remote work products that could work for you. But when brands can envision, when you're doing videos on Instagram and TikTok with similar brands, then the brand social media managers are definitely scrolling on TikTok and Instagram, and they can then envision their product on your page because there's similar things that are already on there.
Great, great, great. And I need to work on this as well because as and the thing is for me it's even harder because I'm the on the other side of the ocean, and for some brands this is a problem.
Yeah.
God bless America. So we have okay. Ryan, remote work on Instagram is mostly on people working on the
Mhm.
beach and partying, but I would like to talk more about the actual monitors, keyboards people need to for the work. So this maybe having a different approach could be a nice way to stand out.
Yeah, I think having a different approach would be good. And I've definitely seen people create content more about just working from home, even just like working either they're doing hybrid work or they're working remotely, but maybe they have like a family so they can't just go party on a beach, or maybe they like where they're living in like a less tropical place and just want a more normal life. um I'm trying to think if there's like hashtags that I've seen around that to do research. Maybe just look up like hashtag work from home versus like remote work, or like work from home on TikTok and Instagram. But even if the buy-in that people, if you think the buy-in is that people like the beach and partying, maybe you can show them how a certain monitor or keyboard will help them get to partying faster, or will make it so like their back doesn't
Yeah,
hurt when
yeah,
it
yeah,
comes
yeah.
to partying.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It sounds really good. Yes. How you can save time with Stream Deck and then you could go enjoy or make a more fancy dinner. Okay. Oh, okay. Ryan is saying South Dakota is less tropical than many locations. Okay, you can order because the other day Ryan ordered a flower, a plant on Amazon.
Mhm.
So maybe you can order some palm trees. Who knows? on Amazon as well. So talking about Amazon, let's go to the chat of Amazon because Tommy he's bringing nice questions to the conversation as well. Can you use the short form video style for subscription video on demand? What do you think about it? It's challenging, at least.
Yeah, I would say that wouldn't be the best use for short form. I think the short form video could get advertised subtly that you have an on-demand platform, but I think if someone's already subscribing to you on like an on-demand platform, they're more likely to want longer content from you because they're already aware of who you are. Whereas, at least in the work I've done and where I've seen success, short form videos are almost to create that awareness and to be top of mind.
Absolutely. And the following question comment from Tommy, and I think it's really interesting and insightful. It will seem that small business, and I don't think it's this. I think this could be more seen in a broader perspective. Perspective. Oh my God! Not only small businesses, but of course for small business, maybe this could be easier. Uh, it will seem that small videos can use short videos to introduce the people behind the brand and humanize it.
Yeah, I definitely think so. I think that's a great use of it, and I think a lot of people are doing that. Even showing like with one of my clients recently, they work in a really fun like workspace. So we showed like where they worked as a nonprofit, and that was a really fun reel slash TikTok to do.
Okay, so Ryan, thank you so much. uh, Meanwhile,
Thank
ask
you.
your friend if he has more questions. Thank you so much. So, we are talking about Amazon, and when we talk about Amazon, and for myself, I like to talk about gear, and I see, and maybe for me this was at some point a challenge as well. And I think you're facing this, not yourself, but your customers facing, because you already mentioned this. But let's go a little bit deeper in this topic because I think it's really important. This fear of the gear or gear fear. It's up to you. Do you face this? I think you should face this often. People saying because I don't have a huge expensive camera and I don't know how to work with it and microphones and lights and whatever. Which are the most common fears, and can you somehow say, for instance, a beginner's kit and medium user kit to make good videos?
Yeah, so the first thing, which I'm not sure is going to be the best when it comes to products, is that you really don't need a camera to create short form content. In fact, it's better on your phone because depending on what you're doing, you might want to sync it up to a sound on TikTok or Instagram. So and it's already like in the right ratio because you want it to be kind of vertical, not horizontal. But I think there's a lot of other equipment that you could then consider, and it actually opens up your budget more to consider what your background might look like as well. So, the one piece of equipment that I have here that I love using is this tripod. I got it on Amazon. I forget exactly which one it was. It came with a ring light as well,
Okay.
but the ring light broke when I was moving. But it's a great tripod. It's from Ubezais. I can put it
Nice.
in.
I have this one, and by if you are watching on Amazon, you can check this one because this one has is a tripod with a ring light, but the ring light it's okay, it's not broke. And this could be a nice way because, as you mentioned, we should at the beginning we should keep straight to the thing, not
Yeah.
overthinking. So this could be because it has this clamp for your cell phone. The tripods stretches. Okay, so this could be a nice way to start. And let me share because I got this the other day, and let me let me think. What do you think about microphones? Because I got these ones. Okay, and they are you can connect them to your cell phone. There's a receiver. Okay, you
Yeah.
can connect them to your cell phone or camera, Do you use this kind of lavalier microphone as well? It's a small microphone.
I don't, but I should because especially like starting in April, I'm going to be traveling full time. And I think when I'm traveling abroad, I will probably have a lot more noise than I do in the middle of like suburbia, Ohio. So I think that would be really useful, especially if you lived somewhere that had a lot of noise. Like I know I used to live in an apartment building and it was very hard to create short form content or any content because there was always noise from the other surrounding apartments. So I think having a microphone is very key if you live around a lot of people.
Yeah, and I think, and this is something that I talk often because it's really important. If the video image is not that good, the quality is not that good, you may watch the video. If the sound is not good, you go away. Whoo, bye bye. See you later. So it's important so in your opinion, a tripod with a
Mhm.
microphone clamp, a microphone, and this from Terion, this wireless microphone. Because the other thing about it is that they are wireless. They are connected with this radio frequency, not Bluetooth. And for me, this is important. Okay, and you can move around. And this is something that, for instance, if you want to dance, this could be a nice option. And of course, a ring light, for instance, could be a nice option as well. At least at the beginning, it's that your setup.
Yes. The other thing
Yeah,
I would say that is important that you could find on Amazon is really think about what your niche is and how you can create a background that will resonate with people in that niche. So this is where I usually film my TikTok. So as you can see, there's like a book cart and a bookshelf. And then there's like fake plants. So those are things I think would be super easy to find on Amazon and just really getting to the core of what sort of backgrounds or aesthetics would really relate to your ideal audience.
absolutely. And that, let me make you jealous. I don't know if you can see. I have there a turntable recorder. Uh, I got it the other day. I can't. I'm not playing because I may get strike because there's a
Yeah.
the rights. But you know, there's a nice thing for me because even though people they don't tend to think about it, your background tells a lot about you. And I think, as you
Mhm.
mentioned, and this is important, for instance, for you having these books, and as you mentioned, it's something that you thought about it. It's deliberated. It's not okay, random. Okay, I think there's a good light here. Let me stand here. So this is something that, as and okay, let's talk about this because it's something important as well because we were talking a little bit more about business and companies or persons that are already stated, they are already in the market, but we may think this about this as personal branding tools, and this
Mhm.
is huge. And I can tell about myself because I built my own personal brand through live streaming. And before live streaming, I think only my mother and my sister knew who I was. And sometimes my mother says, I don't recognize you. But the fact is, these short form videos could be, and they are, a really powerful tool to work the personal brand.
Mhm.
Okay. Your thoughts on these recommendations, tips?
Yeah, I think that that's definitely one of the main benefits of it is to be able to create your personal brand. Um, so usually what does best is you still should have like kind of a niche, but then thinking about who you are within that niche and what sort of content your ideal audience would want to see. For me, it's really easy because I am a reader and my ideal audience is other readers for my own brand. So then even sometimes I'll just journal and think about what sort of problems am I facing right now that other people who are readers might be facing. and then create like humorous videos about them or solutions to them. I sometimes will use Instagram stories as like a tool to figure out what people want, and like what sort of questions people have, and then create short form videos based off of those questions and just answering them. But I think with my clients, I do something similar, either market research or what problems are their ideal audience facing. And I think at the end of the day, the personal brand, which not everyone likes to hear, but no one actually cares about you. They care about what you can offer them. So making sure
Absolutely.
that you are like positioning your personal brand of like how you answer their questions, and then
Absolutely.
things like your background or the way you present it or the way you speak. Those are things that are setting you apart from other people. Another really interesting way to set yourself apart, which I see a lot on short form videos, is like almost to come up with like weird, like your own vocabulary and your own lingo for things. So, just having your own terms that you use to describe something can set you apart as well. And another way is inviting people into the conversation. So, your personal brand to be successful, like we said, has to have a benefit for other people. And sometimes that benefit can just be asking people to comment something and responding to comments with videos, which feels a lot more personal. So, really thinking about how you want to engage with your community too, because how you engage with your community on the short form videos and new people on the short form videos says a lot about your personal brand.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I was thinking about something because I don't have any idea about how does this works, but it's important how the engagement works because we have two ways to understand at least a little bit our impact. One is the viewers, the views. It's if you have 10,000 views, that it means that your content is interesting. I don't think there's other way to understand this. It's not just a vain measure. No, if 10,000
Mhm.
people are watching your things, it means that it's for people it is important, interesting at least. But also, and I think this having in mind the business perspective, it's important as well. And for instance, how to keep the the ball rolling about creating content. Is there some pattern about how people interact in the comments, for instance? Is how, because I don't I have no idea, I have no clue how the chat comment section works, because this could be a nice way, because instead of thinking about the video about, okay, let me deliver this idea, this content, and that's it, or how I want to this video to generate this conversation to keep flowing the thing.
Yeah. So one of my favorite features on TikTok, and now it's on Instagram as well, is that you can actually respond to video like comments in the comment section with another video. So I think that's even more personal than writing a reply back. So you can like, if you made a short form video and someone like, Marco, how do I get into it? Selling on Amazon and like being an Amazon creator, then you could just tap on that and press reply with video, and you could
Oh, good.
just talk it out for them, which makes it way more personal.
Absolutely.
One of my clients this works really well with, he's really into like gardening and organic gardening. So when we have a comment like, what should I plant in XYZ or what should I plant in spring? He'll just reply with a video and show like what he's planting in his garden in springtime so it just makes it a lot more personal. However, the interesting thing about TikTok and short form video content is you get comments that kind of are either extremely personal, like really great, and you can give an answer, and they're asking you like a specific question. You can like give a video answer. Or something I've noticed that's really interesting is it's just people tagging their friends. And then I don't really know what to do with that comment because it's like you're not even in the conversation anymore. It's like the comment section's just for people on their own and not for the creator to interact with. So those comments I usually just like because it means more people are seeing the content.
Absolutely.
But it's a really weird ecosystem, I guess, because you get both ends of like you are really involved in the comment section, and then people in the comment section are acting like you don't even exist.
That's funny. but I think it's something that we should have in mind as well, how to keep the people engaged, because as we know, this comment section could be gold if.
Mhm.
And the thing is, if you don't prepare the main content, the master content that you're about to generate, it's. And I don't have idea if people tend to engage. Of course, there's variations. It's not one size fits all, because sometimes we see people, okay, if you want to have a good engagement, you should publish at that given hour, you should put this hashtag and the blah blah blah, and those gurus that know everything and it fits in everything. But sometimes there's a trend in platforms about engagement. I don't know, is there or not at all.
Yeah, so I've definitely noticed that the time you post will impact how many views you get, which is really interesting. But for all the accounts I manage, the ideal time is different per each account. Like it's not like it's one time in the day that always works for all the accounts. So with that, it's just a good idea to experiment. A lot of times, what I'll do if a new client account is I'll write down the time I post every single day for about 2 weeks and I'll make it like varied. So maybe one day it's 11 a.m. in my time zone. Maybe one day it's 9 p.m. One day it's 2 p.m. And then I'll look at the views. And usually there's a clear winner over like 2 to 3 weeks of when to post. Other than that, even hashtags nowadays, and Instagram even has come out and said that they're deprioritizing hashtags and how they rank stuff. So hashtags don't have as big of an like pull as people think that they do. It's great to slap a couple of hashtags on, maybe one or two, but you really don't need to be posting like 30 hashtags on a short form video. What really will matter is if people are watching, like, the view watch time. So if people are watching it for longer than the actual video is, which is easier than, like, a YouTube video, because if it's 10 seconds and your average watch time is 12 seconds, then the platforms will see that as really valuable and shoot it out to more people. But beyond those sorts of make your make your videos captivating so people wanna watch it 1 or 2 like, the entire way through, or maybe even 2 times through, and finding the time that's right to post for your account. I wouldn't recommend for short form videos really trying to play like an engagement game or find rules, because a lot of these platforms are changing their algorithms so fast that you just couldn't keep up. And so at the end of the day, good content is going to win out over trying to keep up with, for example, TikTok's algorithm, which changes on an almost weekly basis.
Perfect. And this will bring me to another important thing. And Tommy, I think he's reading my mind, because one of the things I think it's about repurposing content, how you can because I don't think I'm not that kind of person that things should be black or white, or only white is good or only black
Mhm.
is good. I understand that there are so many variations, combinations that you can use. And Tommy is asking, is it effective to use short videos to act as easily shareable teasers for your more in-depth content?
Yes and no. What I would say with there is if you're using it to be like, "Come watch this longer video, come watch my live stream," people don't really care about that, so they're not going to do that. But what I will often do is if I'm making a longer YouTube video, I'll think about if there's any lines I said that are particularly interesting, and then I'll just take those lines and I'll reshoot it, like, I'll write them down, and then once I'm done filming the YouTube video, I'll reshoot it vertically and then just post it as a short form video. And then in the comment section, I'll just say, want to learn more about XYZ. And then I'll be like, watch the full video and link the YouTube video. And so things like that work. But when you're directly in the video, just telling people to go watch something, they're not going to do it because people don't want to get off the platform. You have to first catch their attention, make them a little bit curious, like, oh, I want to learn more about this. So, like, what is this person talking about? And then they'll go to the YouTube video or the longer content.
Okay, and I was thinking also about this approach, which is repurposing long form videos in short videos. So we have two options. Let me share the two options, and then you will share your thoughts about both approaches. A, you slice your long form videos, okay, depending, for instance, a good insight you had, uh, a quotation, a question answer. Okay, question answer in 20 seconds could be challenging, but let's think about this, okay? Uh, Grabbing slices of long form videos and share them on TikTok or IG. Second, or B situation. You have the long form video, you make somehow uh, reflections about it, and then you ask, or at least, okay, if you want to know more, you can, well, you can check all these ideas on the XYZ link, which I think both can work. But your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I think both can work. Something I advise my clients to do, and what I try to do, is when you're filming the long form videos, if you want to slice it directly from it, you want to make sure you have a lot of space on either side of you. So, like, I'll sit back a little bit further like this because it's easy for me to then crop it vertically and I won't lose any of myself. I'll just lose some of the background. So, if you're going to do that, which I think is smart, just make sure that you're considering what that shot's gonna look like when it's, like, chopped like that.
Okay, but because the thing is, and I advise people, if you want to reuse the content, the long form content,
Mhm.
you want to, you should have in mind the how you frame the work. For instance, I want to turn this video into a podcast, so you can't go back and forth to the comment section just by saying hello, because at the end, if you want to reuse this audio, you need to to slice the video and get rid of this uh, interaction that don't bring value to the listener afterwards. Or you should set this, okay, I'm gonna interact with the comments after, I don't know, maybe every 5 minutes or 10 minutes, because with that you can manage better, for instance, the video editing. Or if you don't want to edit the audio, at least it will make sense for people who are just listening to that content, this kind of these interactions with the audience. So I think it's the same when we want to turn a long form video into a short form video. Okay, we should think, for instance, the way we frame in the camera, so we can crop it, and it makes it doesn't crop us, just crop the background, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. So do you have anything, do you want to add anything else about this?
No, the only thing I would say is, short form videos, they don't have to be super serious. If you're thinking too hard about it, you're if you're thinking about it really at all, you're thinking too hard about it. It's better to just
Yeah,
do
yeah,
it
I
and
think
get it
this,
out
yeah,
there.
yeah, absolutely.
It doesn't have to
Absolutely.
be as mediated as writing a blog would be, or filming a podcast, or filming a YouTube video, or long form video would be. It can be more in the moment, and that's always the piece of advice I give people, is it's a different way of doing things than a lot of content out there because it is a little bit more spontaneous.
Absolutely. And we have another comment from Tommy. Amazon now has the Launchpad shopping for startups. What would be a good starting point using short videos for these businesses? I don't know what is. Do you know anything about this?
I don't. If it's a product-based business, it would be very similar to the advice I would give, like, I gave Ryan earlier, of think about what the product is that you're selling in that sort of business, like in the startup on Amazon stuff, and what the startup is selling, what issue it solves for the client, for the customer or client, and then create content about that problem using that product as like the solution in the video.
Perfect. Sounds good. Yes, I think it's, and preparation, it's key. And of course, it's not about over preparing, but It's important to prepare because A, you will save time, B, it will be easier, C, you will get a better result. We are about to finish, but before that, I think it's important if you have some, I don't know, maybe a framework and on how you record to share with our audience, because I think this is important because, for instance, myself, I'm always figuring out how to get more doing less.
Yes. So my biggest piece of advice is definitely batch create your TikToks. Don't try to create like one a day. It's great to post one a day, but that doesn't mean you have to spend a lot of time doing it. I can create about 10 to 20 TikToks in about 1 to 2 hours of work. So what my process looks like for that is I write down what my ideas are, like 10 to 20 ideas. And remember, these ideas, they're just like one sentence. They're not thought out ideas and full outlines. It's like one piece that would be on an outline for a longer video. And then I have all the ideas written down. I have a couple of outfits laid out so I can change outfits so it doesn't look like I filmed them all on the same day. And then I just go in front of the camera and I film each one. I try to be in like a more upbeat, fun mood just so that the energy is right in the video versus like a more professional mood. And so like I said, so you batch film a bunch all at once and then you can edit them. I usually edit later that same day after I've taken a break after creating so much content. And add any of the captions. And then when it comes to the actual day, all I need to do is look at my to-do list for which video is being posted that day and then just like click publish on the different platforms. And I do the same thing with my clients. I'll send them like 14 different scripts and the scripts are usually just 1 to 2 sentences. They're not long. And then I have the clients just film all of them. It usually takes them about an hour. They send it back. I edit it. Also takes about an hour to edit them and then you can just post them.
Great, great. There was a time I remember. There was a time when I started video, because by those times the live streaming was new. Only celebrities had that feature on Facebook. So I made lots of recorded videos around 3 minutes. And the thing I did was, for instance, I recorded, I don't know, maybe 3, 4 videos each time. I
Mhm.
but I had this thing. I changed my shirt, so
Yes. Yes.
because people may say, "Oh, this guy only has one shirt." Poor guy. So I changed my shirt. But one of the things, while you were talking, I was thinking is, we never get the best video at the first shoot. It's impossible. And with that, we get that warm up, this warming that will lead us to the a good, a better mood, creating mood, which so if, and also we need to put the things. To set things, so we need to put the lights, we need to put the microphone, the camera, whatever. So at the end of the day, or the days, it's, you will spend more time if you just record one video daily, because you need, and with that recording, for instance, okay, today it's time to record for the next 2 weeks. We shoot, I don't know, maybe 15, 20
Yeah.
videos, and then we have the whole thing set. Okay, maybe the next day we will edit the videos, but I think, yes, it's because we get in the mood, we get that, the blood rushing to record. So I think do you feel this?
Yes, for sure. Yeah, and it gets rid of a lot of the procrastination or like I don't know about you, but I personally don't feel like making videos every single day. So if I have it on my calendar, I'm gonna make a bunch all at once. It just makes everything more efficient and it makes it a process versus like a daily habit that I have to keep up.
Absolutely. And just to finish, because the time it's almost, well, video editing tools, what do you recommend?
So I personally use an app, it's free called CapCut for my short form video content. And I like it because then I can edit it in one platform and have it go out on all the platforms without the
Oh.
watermarks from the other platforms. Um, so I really like that tool and it's free. If I'm doing more professional grade stuff, I usually will use Final Cut Pro, but I also like Adobe Premiere. But for short form videos, honestly, CapCut does the trick, so it's really good.
Perfect, perfect. We are about to finish.
Mhm.
Only two things left. Uh, three advices. I like to because there's sometimes people. Oh, which advice do you give? Do you want to give to people in this context? One time, I think one time, someone asked me, "Which advice do you?" And my answer was, "Never ask only for one advice." Because you have the person inside in front of you, ask for three. I think it's because one thing for me it's short. Because okay, for instance, if you want to make amazing live streamings, uh, sometimes just start. And okay, starting is good, but it's not enough, because you need to think about improving, you need to think about cameras, you need to think about so
Mhm.
many things. So I think it's better to ask for three advices. So three advices about short form videos to make them really effective.
Yeah, so keep it short and completely focused on your viewer, not about like you and not long. Probably pretty obvious, but just if you think it's short enough, it's probably not, and it probably can be shorter. The second piece would be to be a little bit more authentic. So don't be afraid to just kind of be a little bit more relaxed than you would be in other sorts of content because people want to connect with you. The editing doesn't have to be amazing. People are there to just connect with another person and to either be entertained or learn something. And then the third piece of advice would be probably honestly to batch create because I think especially when you're first starting out, you're gonna get really nervous. But if you already have the videos already made, then you're going to be more likely to post it because I don't know about you all, but I don't like wasting content that I've already put time and effort into. So I'm much more likely to post something if it's already pre-made versus if I have to make it in the moment. So especially when you're starting out, batch creating content is so important.
Absolutely, absolutely. So now it's time to ask how people can find it. And Tommy is asking if you're on Amazon, and I really, I think it's you should think. And with the communities you have, I think it's easier for you to get approved on Amazon. So I'm teasing you to start your Amazon creator journey as well. And how can he? Tommy is asking if you're on Amazon. Well, right now you are. You are on Amazon Live. So, and also, how do we see her client or your content or client? So you can say where are you? How can people find you? And
Yeah.
also some of your customers.
Yeah. My clients so I'll start with Amazon. I'm not on Amazon, but I am part of the Amazon influencer program. I don't really understand what it is.
Okay,
I
so
probably should look more
if
into it, but
okay,
yeah.
so I can okay, let me explain that. If you are part of the Amazon influencer, it means that you can make live shows, and also you can create shoppable videos about your favorite products. Okay, and we can talk about if you want to have me as a guest. Okay, we can talk about this once the show is finished. And but yes, you can do live streaming and also create content on Amazon if you are already on the Amazon influencer program. You're in. So
Yeah. Yeah, so I guess I'm in, but I don't really know where you would find me there. The best place to find my content for my own personal brand is probably on Instagram or TikTok at Angela underscore Ann. And I think on Instagram it's Angela underscore Ann underscore reads. So if you just type in Angela Ann though to the search bar in either of those apps, it should pop up. If you're interested in seeing my work, my website is angelamyerscreative.com, or you can connect with me on LinkedIn, Angela Myers. And I personally, some of my clients contracts are a little bit interesting, so I can't always say who I'm working with. But if anyone's interested, I do have in my contract that I can share it privately in my portfolio. So if you go to my website, you can find my email, you can find like a time to set up a Calendly if you want to see any of my client work.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Angela. Thank you so much, Tommy. Tommy saying fantastic show, Marco, and of course, Angela. Great interview, my friend. Thank you, Angela, for the great content. Yes, indeed. I think I can share this. This is the first episode of a series of interviews I'm doing with Angela. So you need to stay tuned to grab the next two episodes. Okay, so Angela, thank you so much for stopping by. It was a huge uh, pleasure to have you here, and we will have more episodes. And thank you so much for you who were watching us. Next week, maybe with another guest. You have to stay tuned to know. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of the week. Hope
Yes.
this was useful for you as well. See you later. Bye bye.
Bye.